This conference will now be recorded.
Share, and my Sew-net should be up down here somewhere. My Sew-net. When we start going through this, just make sure your grid size is set at the default, because you will want it to be there today when we start moving stuff around.
Default 10?
What's that?
Did we do that figure thing?
Is the default 10 millimeters?
Yeah, that should be the default. Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Did we do that
And
figure thing?
yeah, we're going to go into configure, and I want to go in there and make sure that everybody changes their background, so it makes it easier to see when we start doing some of the ghost mode stuff. Oh, you better not even think about it. Okay. Don't even think about telling me I'm not, because I checked it to make sure I was on. Okay. So what we want to do is on the background, you want to switch it to like a teal, like a light turquoise. So if you click the drop down, bottom row, choose the light turquoise. And then say okay to that, or apply. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, I didn't get the meeting material, and for some reason
I
anyway.
just sent it, Sandy.
Oh, okay, and I've got to leave at 1:15 anyway, so I thought, well, at least I could watch you.
But
Thanks.
It should be
Okay.
on its way, or it should be there now.
Okay, I'll check on it. Thanks. Oh,
Sure.
I'm sorry I'm late. I really am sorry.
No
It's
problem.
okay. Don't worry. Okay. So once you got that done, go ahead, and I'm on page 2 already because we're fast. We're going to open a blank canvas. Okay, and I'm going to switch this to who's talking. No, maybe I am going to make it the other way. I'm going to let it everyone so I can see. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is change our hoop size, and we're going to make it 100 by 100. And we want it to be natural. And then say okay to that. All righty. So we're going to pretty much make this whole thing using the super designs. So I want you to click on the super designs, and on the category, we want to go find corners. Okay, and then we want to go to corner 7 and look for the one that looks like colored pieces of paper out there on the end. Select that one and say apply.
We don't need to change the size or anything?
Not on him. Not on this guy. We will be in a little bit, but not right now. Okay, so then you're going to take this guy and move him down into the corner. Oh, what is this? What? Hang on, I got to do something. It should be. Okay, we're going to let it to 10 should be the default, so it should be. All right. So put him down in the corner. and make sure the whole thing fits in there. This is what's weird. I did it yesterday and mine fit, and today
Yeah.
it doesn't,
Fitting.
which makes, huh?
Not fitting.
Which makes no sense. Yeah, weird, weird.
Number 19,
Oh,
Carrie.
19. Okay, okay. That's why. Okay. So move it in and keeping it inside the hoop. That's why. I forgot. Okay. So then grab the guy on the right-hand corner and make it so, now I remember what I did. Grab that and make it so it fits in that quadrant. And then, so you can see on number 19, it says it's about 48 by 48. So how we're going to find that is you're going to go to, looking for the get the length. I'm looking for the get the length.
In view,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
view menu.
View. I think okay. So here's how that works. So grab a hold of it and then just drag down to there, and it should be about 48. Mine says it's about 46. So I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger.
Don't you
Just
see up on the design panel that it says that it's 46? Over on the right up there?
Yes. But I want to show you how to use a tool.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm going back over to home. All right. So you got that guy down in the corner. Now we're going to go ahead and duplicate. All right. So you have the second one, and then you're going to touch this mirror key over here and slide him over to the right-hand side. All right. So what you're going to think you have it close. You want to make sure the black lines meet at the middle. So I would definitely go over here into the zoom. Go use your zoom to
Excuse me,
rectangle. Yes,
where's the mirror
it's
button?
look here on the selection box. There, it's that little triangle on the selection box. Do you see it?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So you have two of them. This one here is the mirror side to side, and then this one will mirror it the other direction.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So then I would use the zoom to rectangle. Let me move this over here. And then I will zoom in this area here. And you think you have them close, but you see they're not as close as you thought they were. So go ahead and get those guys nudged up against each other. And you can use don't forget about your nudge keys. Whoops. Okay. So I'm gonna get in trouble because I'm doing this off my head instead of reading the things. All right. So then I'm gonna go and zoom back to fit, which is down there on the bottom right. And it looks. What was that scream? Is somebody okay?
That was just, I'm lost. I don't know where that key is.
Your nudge key, like your arrows on your little keyboard.
I understood the nudge key. It was the other thing you just said.
Oh, zoom to fit.
Yes.
Okay, so the zoom to fit, I don't know where it is on the Mac. It might be under the view.
It is.
It
I
should
found
be
it.
wherever. Okay, it should be
Got
right by the zoom thing. Yeah.
I just
Okay.
right click on it
So
on the Zoom. That worked.
okay. So now we're going to duplicate again. So go ahead and do your duplicate. And then we're going to slide him up. Well, you're going to mirror using the other mirror key. And then you're going to drag him and do the same thing.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do the other one. So let's go ahead and do the duplicate, and then we can zoom in because you're going to have to go back and forth anyway. So turn him, mirror, and voila, you got a very, very cool frame. And let's go ahead in there and zoom to the rectangle and see if you got it where you want it. Okay. I did a lot better today than I did yesterday. All right. And zoom to fit when you got them where you want. Okay. So there's your frame. We don't think about doing stuff like this, do we? All right. So now what we want to do is go in the film strip, and we want to make this into a group so we don't accidentally knock it around later. So number 4 is selected, hold the shift key and click the top one, so there's something not right on number 30. So what you want to do is you can hold down the shift key and you can select all 4 of them. That's what you want. You want all 4 of them selected, so they're highlighted. And then we're going to go up here and we're going to make them into a group.
If they're not all touching, that means we didn't do the zoom thing right.
Yeah. Well, I would think if you still selected it all, it would put it in the group even if they aren't touching.
Right. It'll still put it in the group, but they won't be matched up perfect like they should be.
Correct.
That's user error, not.
Okay. All right. So that was up to number 30. So I'm going to give you a second. If you need to fiddle around. And I'm going to keep going. So now we're going to start putting the animals in. So go back over to the super designs. And we want to go to cute animal. We want to go to animals. And then use your little drop down arrow and go to cute animals number 2. And pick the giraffe. Now this time we are going to change the size of the giraffe before we put him in to 80. So make your size 80. And then go ahead and do apply. And there you go. You got your giraffe in the hoop. And now let's go to modify. And you're going to get a little pop-up that says you're turning it into stitches. And we do want to continue. So go ahead and say okay to that. And then there's a little blurb there under number 37 telling you what that means by the little thing you said okay to. All right. Okay. All right. So when we did that, the rest of the frame automatically went into the ghost mode.
So Carol, if I haven't activated my premium membership for SewNet, I won't have the modify. Is that correct?
Yeah. You would have to have at least a silver to have modify, I think.
I have the silver.
And you
I'll
don't
figure
have
it.
you don't have the modify up across the top?
No.
It says gold and platinum on the front of the handout.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. I
Thank
can
you.
activate.
Thank you, Judy. All right, so we need to get the giraffe selected. So you're going to go select all visible right here. And now we have the box around the giraffe. Okay, now we're going to take the giraffe and move him to the bottom right. And make so that most of the neck is inside the frame. So looking at your picture, you want him about right. So I think somebody needs to mute themselves because it's giving a bunch of feedback. Or am I the only one that hears it?
No, I hear it.
I hear
I
it
think
too.
I think somebody's got two lines open or something. Okay, so get your giraffe lined up about how I have him there. And let's move him back to the right a little bit. And I can tell you, you're going to have to fiddle with it later, so don't kill yourself trying to get it exactly at this position. You're going to end up having to move it or nudge it around a little bit. Okay, so we want to click outside the box to deselect it. And now we're going to go to the Freehand Select tool. So up here is your freehand select. So you can tell you have it because look how my mouse turned to a lasso. And look at your picture on page 5. So you're going to left click and cut him down in between these two spots. And when you get all the way around, you release and you'll get the selection square. So I'm going to start about right here and drag it around him like so. And come on over there. And then when I release, you got your selection box. And okay. I'm going to undo and reselect one more time. Okay. Here we go. We'll try it again. Whoops. Okay, freehand.
Judy or Carol, in the instructions, it shows more of, because I'm having a hard time getting the box to select because it's not square. Is that what you're having trouble with?
Well, it's going to look a little different than the way it cuts it. So I'm going to try redoing it again.
Oh, that's weird.
And so now I'm going to go ahead and go with it and say cut. And so when you cut, it still looks like a square, but it really cut it where I wanted it to. So Diane, what I'm saying is just do it and tell it to cut. It'll go where you put the line, not where that box is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is we got some stitches out here that we need to tend to. So go ahead and right click to release that tool. And then we're going to go select the stitches. Okay. And then we're going to drag a couple little stitches in, which I forget that it does this. All right. So we're going to grab this gold one that's hanging out here. And when you click on it, it's going to have the box. And then it's not going to look like anything is happening, but it is. So grab that box, bring it in, and put it inside there. Okay? It doesn't look like it's moving when you do it, but it actually is. Okay. the yellow one, the other side, and the zoom.
Can I
Okay.
ask a question? How do
Go
you
ahead.
release the tool? Right
Okay.
clicking didn't release the tool.
On the Mac, the Mac, you might have to go up under edit and say finish whatever tool you have on,
Right.
because you technically don't have that right click on the mouse, right? I mean,
No,
on the
you
Mac.
do.
Okay.
But it just went back to the one next to the lasso, the box select tool.
Yeah.
Is that where I want to be?
No.
I didn't think so.
Okay, so click on the select tool, select stitches, which is up in that area. And then when you click, it's going to put a little box around it.
Yep, it did.
So then we're going to do the same thing we did with that yellow one. We're going to click on the box and drag the black one up into the black spot. And it looks like nothing's happening until you release it. So you might have to delete, you might have to do a little more adjustment. So let's go ahead and zoom in on there and see what the stitches, let's see if we got everything we need to. So yours might look a little different than mine did because of where you cut it. So if you got any other stray stuff out there, go ahead and move it. So I did 2 stitches. I just did the gold one and the black one. So if you guys are okay with that, I'm going to go on. Well, I don't hear any screaming, so I'm going on. Okay, so now we're going to make some eyeballs that are going to be really cute. Okay. So let's go ahead. I'm on number 56. So we're going to go zoom to the rectangle, and I want you to just zoom around the eyes. All right. So we zoomed in, and you should mainly just be seeing your eyes. And I'm going to move them. Oops, wrong way. I'm going to move them over here so I can. Okay, so zoomed in, and then we're on number 57, and we want to uncheck the yellow, so all you're seeing is the eyeballs. Then you don't have to worry about accidentally grabbing the eyeballs. I mean the yellow part. All right. So click on the box select button now. The one you wanted to use earlier, Diane. And drag it around just the eyeballs. Okay. So now go ahead. You have those selected and do a copy. And now go ahead and paste. So now if you look over there in your color box, you have 3 colors now instead of 2. And it also, the yellow popped back on. All right. So we're going to left click on number 3 color. And your quick colors will come up. All right. So now you're going to pick the white, which is this not set on standard? You're not set on standard. The white. I mean, I know it. 2296. 2297. 2297 if you want to know the white color. Oops,
Snow White.
no white. All right. So you want it to be white, and go ahead and say okay. And it's beautiful, and you can't see it. All right. So now we want to scale this. So make it about 3/4 the size of its original size. So I'm just going to grab it and drag it down. Oops, wrong one. That was not, okay. Undo. Okay. Oh, I know. I got the box. So right click if that box select tool's still on to release it. Okay, now I'm going to grab the handle and make it about, okay, so this is going to be inside your first set of eyes. So you're making some white in there. All right. And then while it's still selected, we're going to copy and paste again. So copy and paste again. So now you have 2 whites on there. So you want to go to the number 4 one, click on that so you get your quick colors to come up. And then you can type in the number 2564. 2564. It should be mahogany. And then click OK. So now it turned black. And now we're on number 67, and we're going to make it smaller down to about 1.7. All right. So we're kind of making this more like a little ball. Okay, a little bit more.
Man.
Okay, so I'm gonna go right here. Check the size. Check the size. 1.5. I'm gonna make it up a little bit. All right. So that didn't do what I wanted.
Oh,
Okay. All right. So you can see the length if you go over here and deselect the other colors. You can see your length that way, which looks way too big. Okay, I'm gonna check my length again. Yeah, that's too big. Okay. And so
Carol,
I'm
it
gonna go select all.
shows you your length up at the
What's
top
that?
is 1.8. It shows you the modified block is 1.8 up on the top right.
I see that, but it should be showing it to me over here too, shouldn't it? Right?
I think that's the whole design panel.
Because
think
it says it's, so if I measure, it's saying 1.9. Okay, so close enough. I'm gonna make them a little smaller. Okay. All right.
Carol, can I ask you a Matt question? I think I cannot
Okay.
get the box select to go away. Should it be active all the time? Even
No,
if
I don't think it is. So
mine,
if you go to edit and you say finish the selection, does it knock the tool off then?
no, if I right click and click on finish box select, it still
Yeah.
has it active and I can't get it to unactive.
Do you need to select another one for it to release it?
No, it won't select another. It's just in that box select mode. It won't select anything.
Oh.
And I always get messed up somehow.
I don't have my Mac with me today to check.
That's
Do you
okay. I'll
have
just
a-
follow along.
Diane, do you have a select none up by your box select?
Oh, that's good.
Um,
That's a good idea.
no, I have box select, and then I have the lasso, which is freehand, and then I have point, then I have select stitch.
Diane, to the right of that.
Top, middle,
Replace selection, deselect all.
right.
Yep.
It's still, it just toggles back to that box select. So I don't know. I should call and ask him that question. I'll make myself a note. But anyway, I'll just follow along.
Okay.
Carol,
So-
I have a question, Carol.
Okay,
I
go
think-
ahead, Liz.
How do I get that fourth color? What did I miss?
So when you put the white, when you put in color number 3, you copied and pasted it again, and that's what gave you number 4. On number 61, you copied and pasted it again. So then you had 2 white ones, and you changed that white one to the mahogany on number 65.
Okay. Carol, if it's
Go ahead.
not, sorry, if it's not 1.8 in length, how do I change the length?
So, okay, I'm going to reselect my eyeballs. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. And then grab one of the handles and
Thank you.
all right. All right. So we did that and we got the length that we wanted. And so right click to deselect, get the length. And now let's go ahead and do draw all stitches, which is right here. So draw all stitches. Okay. That still doesn't look too nifty. But when we zoom back out, zoom to fit, looks pretty cute. And now what we want to do is, so all these animals are going to get kind of tucked underneath the frame, so to speak. So we want to go over to the Home tab. And then we got 2 ways we can do this. You can just drag the giraffe and move him up, or you can use the moving in the design buttons down at the bottom of the film strip. So I can just click the button up, and now my giraffe is underneath the frame, so to speak. And at this point, if it, I got his body hanging out here in the air, I'm going to go ahead and bump him over to the right so that's under the frame.
Judy, this is Sandy. I hate to interrupt, but I'm going to have to leave, and I copied everything, so I'll see you the next time. Thanks an awful lot.
Okay, bye, Sandy.
Okay, we're going to go dancing, so
Have
Get
fun.
your animals.
That sounds
Oh, don't
fabulous.
worry, I will, and I'll show you what I did the next time too. Okay, bye,
All
everybody.
right. Okay. Are you guys okay?
Yep.
All right. So now what we're going to do, we need a little more room. So we're going to make the hoop, we're going to change our hoop size to 150 by 150. So change him to 150 by 150. And again, we want it to be the natural, and say okay. All right. So I am now on step number 83 on page 9. And we're going to go back to the super designs. And we're going to go to the animals again, which we're still there. And this time we want to put in the lion. So we're going to grab the lion. And we're going to change the size to 33. Okay, 33. All right. And then check apply. Okay. So number 87, you're going to grab him and put him up here so he's sitting on the frame like so. Okay. And now we're going to take that lion apart. So it's like and a little bit off to the right side. So that looks pretty good. So go to modify. Yeah. It's going to fix your stitches. Say okay. And now over here we have the lion's colors up, everything else turned to the ghost mode. And I want you to uncheck 1, 3, and 4. All right. So now all that's left is the mane and the tail. So we're going to use the select all visible tool, and those items are highlighted. So now we're going to go ahead and click cut and away with the mane, and you just have your little lion there without his mane. So I want you to zoom to the rectangle and select the whole body of the lion now before we make him into some little cute thing you can't imagine, right? So select that, and we'll go get us something to drink while you do that. You guys good? All right.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to make the lion's head bigger. So click on resize. So click on resize. And then we're going to go to point select. And we're going to lasso around the head. So when you have that selected, right click and it'll make it into the box. So we want to make this about 50% bigger than the original head. And we want it to be in proportion. So go ahead, let's see, he's about 1 square. So let's hold the shift key and grab this. Make his head about 50% bigger. Whoa! Right click. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, what am I doing?
Hold your shift key.
I was holding my shift key. What's happening? Okay.
Right click twice.
You don't have point select clicked.
Oh, click on
Okay,
Mine
so
always goes back to box select. Always. I can't get rid of it.
I'm sure you could call Vantage afterwards and they'll tell us what it is if we can.
Yeah.
And I can mess around when I'm back at home. All right.
No, you
So
don't need to. I'll just.
okay. So now what you're going to do is grab the head and make it so that it comes down in between the gap of the legs. So now I'm going to grab that and put it down like that. And the nose should be down in between the front two legs. All right. The square tip of the tail needs adjusting too. So after you get the face where you want, go ahead and let's click out of there. And now over here in the color select tab, deselect color number 1. And all you should see is your little claws out here then. So I'm on number 99. So you can use freehand select or you can use the point select, your choice. And I'm going to use the point select and do my little lasso just around the one claw, which I goofed up when I was at home. I did both of them. Okay. So then right click to get it. And then go ahead and do duplicate. So it's sitting right on top of, so grab that bad boy and drag him over here and put it on the other guy. And then nudge him around to where you want him. Okay? Left click to deselect. Oh, sorry. So zoom to fit and then deselect. Zoom to fit. Okay. Click out here. All right. So we did the claw, we did the face. Now we're going to go down to number 104, and I want you to do zoom to the rectangle and do it around the tip of the tail, because his tail doesn't look good without those little things on it, without the fringe on it. So we're gonna make it a tiger tail instead of the lion. So 104, we did that. Zoom to the rectangle. Now we're going to go select stitches. No, I lied. Insert stitches. I think my insert stitches. Just kidding. Insert stitches. All right. And now we're going to click about 7, going back and forth about 7 stitches. And looking at your picture here on page 12 at the top until you make the point of the tail. So 1, 2, and start coming in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right click to deselect.
Any
And
idea where my insert stitches is, Carol?
where your what?
Insert stitches. I'm trying to see your icon to see if I can find that. It's like a hash mark with a plus.
Yeah, and look for you might see the bigger things are the insert color commands. You might see it. It should be there probably. So you should
Oh,
have,
there.
you find it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I did.
All right. So we made the little tail. So let's go ahead and go zoom to fit. Okay. And now your tiger needs some stripes. This is so cool. All right. So I am on number 110. So go back to your super designs again. And this time we are going to go to the cute animals and we are going to get tiger number 4. tiger number 4. And we're going to change his size to 25. And say apply. All right. So now we're going to take the stripes from this guy. So with the tiger selected, go ahead and click on the Modify tab. You're going to get that pop-up. It's going to fix the stitches. Okay. So when you do that, just your tiger should be highlighted. So deselect color number 3. Okay, so what we've done is we've hidden the stripes. So now we're going to go select all visible. And then we're going to delete. So there. So then you have just the tiger stripes. So now we want to go we're on 119 and we're going to go to Freehand Select. And we only need the stripes. So we're going to Freehand Select around just the parts we want to get rid of. So keep his stripes, but get rid of the rest of the stuff, the claws and the whiskers and all that. And then once you have selected what you want selected, go ahead and say delete. And now you have just the stripes of the tiger. So go back to the Home tab and take the stripes and move them up on top of the lion that we're now turning into a tiger, because we can.
Speak for yourself.
It's pretty cool, huh? I mean,
It's really cool if you can figure it out. I still.
But if you do it again, I mean, you'll get it. But the thing about this exercise, it really shows you how to take apart a design, either by highlighting what's visible and deleting it, or it really gives you a way to take something apart. I think they do a good job on it.
Put that together.
Yeah. So now what you could do is redo the eyes again, recreate the giraffe eyes, or we can just go copy. We can do steps 52 and 67 again, but we're just going to steal the ones we already made. So we want to click on the giraffe. So he's up there at number 1. So click on him to select him, or you can click on the giraffe, either one. And now let's go to the Modify tab and make sure he's selected before you go to Modify. And then in the color select block, deselect 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And now all you have is the eyeballs. So do select all visible, and that'll grab the eyeballs. And then go ahead and say copy. So copying the eyeballs. Okay, and you're seeing them down here on my clipboard. And now we're going to go back to the Home tab. And you're going to paste. So paste. Okay, now before you start grabbing that box and getting yourself in trouble, because it's so small, you want to go zoom to the rectangle and make sure that you have your mouse has changed to the plus sign, the plus arrow. or you're going to start manipulating the size. So I'm going to grab him and drag him up, and then I'm going to slide up so I can see the tiger. And I am zoomed in a lot, but that's okay. I want to be. So grab those bad boys and just put them right on top. And then that black will be sticking out. And then left click to deselect. And now go zoom to fit. All right, so look at how he looked and look how cute he looks now. Okay, so then click off to deselect. Whoops. Okay. So now we got a pretty cool looking tiger. All right.
Carol, do you ever have to save this?
Did I ever have to what?
Do you have to save this, or is it being saved automatically in the background?
Well, it should be saving in the background to some point. I don't know how quick it does it, but I know it does save what you're doing. But we will, before we're heading down to, we're almost going to be at the end of part 1, and then we'll definitely do a save as there so we have the file so that we can continue the next time. All right. So now we're going to go get the mouse. And I am on number 135. So we're going back to Super Designs. And under the animals, we're going to go find the mouse with his cheese. He's so cute. And we're going to make him, we're going to change his size to 20. 20, 20, and click apply. And then we're going to move the mouse so he's down under the giraffe. So grab him and kind of put him there. And kind of hanging over the frame a little bit. I know I had to fiddle with this as I went on to where he was. Okay. So we have the mouse in position. And we're going to go down to, in the film strip, to the eyeballs again. And click on number 8, which is your eyeballs, to select them. And then do a duplicate. Go back to home. Do a duplicate. And now we're going to take those eyeballs and we're going to put them on the mouse. And we definitely want to zoom to the rectangle so we don't distort the size. So zoom to the rectangle, grab those eyeballs, start moving them down. Keep moving them down. And the reason I'm doing it like this, you know, when you have those teeny tiny boxes and you can't see what you're grabbing, that's when you start to distort it. So that's why you need to zoom to fit when they're that small and you can't see the handles. Because you'll mess it up. And I will say, ask me how I know. Okay, so take those eyeballs and drop them down there on the mouse. There. Okay, and we're still zoomed to the rectangle. So kind of the eyeballs on the mouse need rotated. So you're going to grab the circle and kind of tilt them over like that. And left click to deselect. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do save as. And we're going to, I don't know, Sew-net. I'm not in my designs. Okay. And then save it as the working zoo. And save. All right. So that was as far as we were supposed to go for today.
We go back over making the eyes. I got really messed up when I was trying to do the giraffe eyes, so my eyes don't look like that. I don't
Me
know.
too. Mine looks kind of like a cyclops. They're not, they look terrible, my giraffe eyes. I'm with you, Mary.
Okay. So I know that was a lot. Are you ready to stop here and then we can go back and do the eyeballs again? What do you want to do? It's up to you guys. I mean, I know it's a lot if you're looking for stuff and you're not, finding it real quick.
I went back. I deleted everything, started over.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it definitely can be confusing. I mean, you got enough now that you could go and recreate it when people aren't talking to you, and then save another one that's the way you really want it, and then we can bring it in again and then start working on the next part of it next time.
I think that's a good plan for me anyway,
Because
I can go back and it's a lot.
Yeah. And I'm going to hope to have it stitched out before I see you guys the next time. Unless you're coming in tomorrow, I won't have it stitched out by then.
Okay.
I mean, this would be cute to stitch out and even put it in a frame in a nursery, if they had that kind of theme. It might be cute in my sewing room. That's the same as a nursery, kind of.
Because we never get old.
I know. That's right. That is why. Okay, I'm gonna
Because
stop
we do
here.
this.
I know, it's good for you. It's good for your brain.
It really is.
Yeah, yeah.